Ken Fain, Carpet Workroom of Newport. You know, I want to start a new series beginning with this video called Things That You Don't Need to Know If You're a Designer. Why would I want to do this? Because even though you don't necessarily need to know these things, you may want to know them. And the first thing I want to talk about is the humble, lowly door jamb. One of the things that you may not realize is that when you change floors in a room, when you go from a thick hardwood to a thinner hardwood, or you go from a laminate to a luxury vinyl plank, when you change the thickness of what's underneath that door jamb, you might have a big ugly gap underneath that door jamb, and that becomes problematic and expensive to repair. Sometimes we can't avoid this, and generally speaking, there are a couple of things you can do. You can either mill a special piece to be inserted in that gap, or as we did recently in a job where we went from 3/4 inch hardwood down to a very, very thin luxury vinyl plank, we actually added 1/2 inch plywood and managed to fill that gap. So remember, if you go from thinner to thicker, not so much of a problem because you can always undercut that door jamb. But when you go from thicker to thinner, think about the poor, humble, lowly door jamb and anticipate a solution. That's a little bit of what you don't need to know as a designer, but you might want to think about. Ken Fain, Carpet Workroom of Newport.